In this video, I'm going to explain you how I did my web technology lab experiment number 5 using JavaScript, DOM elements, and events. I have in the 6 questions. The questions were like, in the first question, I need to find the longest word. Like I should take the input of the different words and I should find which is the longest word among it. And I have to use the function split and string name dot length. My second question is that a BMI calculator, where I need to get the weight and height from the input user. I need to calculate the BMI weight, and I have to check if the person is underweight, if it's less than 18, if it is normal between 18 to 25, and overweight is 25 to 30, and obese is greater than 30. And my third question was like I need to do a flower garden where I need to plant garden by taking the input from the user, like how many rows and columns I need to appear, and I need to use the function grow for the showing of the input. And my fourth question, like I need to, it's a weight initiator where I need to convert the kilograms to pounds and pounds to kilograms. I need to use the drop down boxes to change the kgs to lb and lb to kgs, and I need to use the conversion factor like from pounds to kilograms as 0.45, and for kilograms to pounds is 2.2. And my fifth question is like I need to flip the coin, like I need to take the like I need to have the two pictures from heads and tails. Like whenever I use the pick the button flip, it should show the turns of the heads and tails randomly, and it should the main total or the highest number in the either heads or tails will show the image as heads. If it major number is tails, it shows the tails as the image. And my sixth question is like pizza order from, where I'll have different pizzas of the sizes and its amount, and I have the, and it's also have a tip from 10 to 20 percentage where I have to add the total cost when I press the button calculate order. For this I use the program. Here for the first one, finding the longest word, I just uh, use the function longest word in parameter string, where it takes the whatever word I press, it takes that word as an input, and I that it was in the function I did like in the string. I took string dot replace, where I will check the all the letters in the string whether where I'm getting the gap, where I'll get the gap in between the words, and it goes for the next word checking. And here I create the variables like max offset 0, max length 0, word offset set 0, and I use the for loop where it calculates the from the starting to the string dot length at the end of the word. It will check if a string dot I, like the first word is empty, it goes to word offset, will goes to I plus 1, and if I minus 1 offset plus 1 is greater than the maximum length, then the word offset will become the max offset, and I minus 1 word offset plus 1 goes to the maximum length. And I need to return the string, and I create other function text updated source, where I use get the document dot get element ID of the output value, and for the longest word source dot value. Like here in the body, I'll take the like entering the text like using the input box, and the largest value will be showed in the IDS output. My second question was like calculating the BMI index, where I'll take the weight and height in kilograms and in meters as using the input text boxes. And here in the paragraph, BMI I kept in a span box, and my body type will be shown in the span box. And here I use the function calculate to calculate the BMI, where I take the height and weight from the input user by changing into float, getting the height and weight by document.get element ID, ID by height is equals to height dot value, and I'll calculate the BMI by using weight divided by height into height, and I'll check whether BMI is less than 18 by getting the document.get element by ID of the score of the BMI, and if it is less than 18, I'll put underweight. If it's between 18 to 25, normal. 25 to 30, it's as a overweight, and greater than 30, obese. My next question was like planting garden. For this, I just take the rows and columns. I'll just use the button on click function grow, where whenever I click the button, it goes to that particular function. The function is function grow over here. A function grow, where I created the array with the images, both the images which I want to show it, and I created the two variables, upper bound and lower bound, where I'll get the rows and columns input, and I calculate the number randomly. I'll calculate the multiplication of the upper and lower bound, and I'll just use the for loop for the showing of the images in alternative manner. And my next question was like I need to convert from kgs to LB and LB to kgs. I'll just take the input box, I'll just take the input text box and I'll show the drop down given the option values as kg and LB, so that you can select whether you want to change from kgs to LB or LB to kgs. And on click I use the convert, where it go when a button is clicked it goes to the function convert. Here is the convert function where I create index and values, getting the values from the get element document.get element by id from the selected index and index value. I'll use other variable current curr is current, where it takes the current data and there is a switch function over here. If it is 0, it multiplies the current value 0.015 and shows the value. If it is 1, it multiplies with 67.12 and it shows the answer in the answer box. And the next was chaining heads and tails. Just like a button ID as flip. I initialized heads and tails as a variables as 0 over here, and the function I used was flip function, where I just take the variable ht, use the function math.float2 into math.random, where it goes a randomly selection of heads or tails, and that will be taken as input for the switch over here. If it is 0, the heads will be incremented and shows the heads image. If it is 1, it shows the tail is incremented and shows the tails image over which I pressed. My next question was like pizza order form. In this, I just used the field set to show that the whole form is in the pizza order form, and I took the small input text type as small pizzas, medium pieces, and large pieces. And for the tip, I used radio button, where I'll give the values 10, 15, and 20. And the button I use submit to calculate the order. For this, I use the function order, where I'll get the like 3 variables to get the values of small, medium, and large, and I'll take the value of the tip by using the get element by id, and I'll calculate the total as a variable by multiplying half into 100, 1 into 100, 2 into 400, and calculate the total tip value by adding it with the total, and the whole total will be given as total plus total tip, and that is showed in document.get element by id in the price. Now as you see in the output, here I am entering the text for the first question, like Jessica. Now it is the largest word. When I type the second word, it finds which is the largest among the second in these both and shows that as the largest value in the output. And if we type something else which is greater than this, it shows that value as the output over here. And the next was like calculating the body mass index. I'll just enter the weight in kilograms and height in meters. Height in meters. Height in meters and get the BMI, and here the BMI is like 2.722 and the body type is given as underweight. Here the planting the flower garden, I'll give the rows as 2, columns as 3, and then when I click the plant garden, you can see the alternative images of the photos you can see. And next was like I need to convert kgs to LB and LB to kgs, or convert like 23. First it takes the kg as kg and converts to LB, and when I click calculate, the value will be coming over here. And in here heads and tails, when I flip the coin, you can see the heads image like total, and when I flip it again, you will get the tails as a, now actually it comes as a tail now, and again when you flip it, it's a head, and again when you flip it, it's still head, again when you flip, its heads is total. Now its tails are 3, so you'll get the tails. This is how heads and tails works. And the pizza order form, like the number of small pizzas you want, I need like 2, the medium is 1, and the large pieces was like 5. And when you give the tip as 10% and calculate order, you'll get the cost of the order. If you want to give 15% and use the calculate order, the value is changed. This is how I did my 5th experiment using Java elements.